Hey guys, how are you? This was a perfect time for me to click onto my email. Of course, I was looking at my email real quick before I went live. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday, everybody. It's Mother's Day weekend and trust I'm so happy. I'm so ready for Mother's Day weekend. I cannot even tell you. Um okay. I'm waiting for a response back on something. Okay. Let's see. Let's start from the top. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. If it's morning where you're at, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. A sister from New Jersey. Hey boo. Nesto's Shackle Shuffle Walk of Shame. And number one here first, at least on who tapped in. Like if you tapped in and you didn't clock in, you got to mark yourself present and accounted for by coming into the chat and saying hello. So that's how we know. If we don't see you, we don't know that you were here, right? So a real paralegal, that's who I've got showing up first. Okay. 1, 2, 3 first. Okay. Really, you two all kind of checked in at the same time. You two, and then right here. Michi, honorable mention. What's good? What's good? What's good? How's everybody doing? Welcome, 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 you guys. Hi, Tony. 504. Hey, Blue Bear. Hey, let's talk about it. Okay, JMM 55. Anime. Eat the cake, anime. Eat the cake, anime. Where's Bible Lady? Close the doors. Okay. Close all doors. Ushers, close the doors. Okay. Ushers, close the doors. Okay. Portia, you are not a Ursher. Stop it. Okay. DMV, Scorpion. I'm just clicking. Petty Patty. Hey, for the 2 times, the Gold Experience, Blue Bear, and you know this, Miss Honey. It's the rocks. Okay, boo. Gold Experience. Okay, it's Friday, guys. I'm gonna drop. So we're gonna talk about a couple of things, but I am gonna drop the call in. Um, okay. I do have some receipts on Karen from yesterday. Karen, Ashley Merchant dropped some receipts, so that's what I've got um to talk about. And then I had a couple other things, but baby, I don't know why I feel like I know I'm not unorganized because I'm highly organized, but I'm gonna have to figure a better way to manage my desktop. I feel like I need to, like, when I pre-show, basically, meaning when I'm getting my desktop together with all of my receipts and things I want to talk about, I need to pretty much like set up a whole fresh desktop, like a Showtime desktop, just for what I plan to, you know what I mean? Like, but that's, I got to figure that out. Cause I feel like sometimes I end up with so much stuff on my desktop and then it's time and I'm just like, it's so much stuff. Okay. Let's get caught up real quick. I was just reading an article about what's going on at the Diddy trial. I think they're pretty much on track to get everything started. I don't know if this is like some theater, if this is actually for real, or what is actually going on, because I find it hard to believe that they will be waiting to the last minute to get a hold of the last couple witnesses, but apparently this is being widely talked about. So I figured, okay, let's talk about it. I found a couple of articles that I was reading about this, and then they were talking about on TMZ that there's someone, victim number 3, who is no longer cooperating, but I guess they were in contact with her through her attorney. I It's like, is Carisha showing up? I feel like somebody is Carisha. Okay. It's gotta be. Carisha was all up in the business the last, leading up to his arrest. Like maybe a few months they had kind of broken up, but she was right there for a minute. And I saw Cassie has arrived to New York and prepped for court. Yes. So this article, let's see. Oh, see what I'm talking about? Oh, okay. So this is what news channel is this? They're all talking about victim number 3. Let's see what TMZ had to say 20 hours ago. Victim 3 never cooperative with the feds. Hold on. We're just going to get caught up on this real quick, and then we're going to go. We have a couple stops to make. I did drop the link. Hold on. Did I feel like I did. Where am I? That's me right there. Okay. Okay, I just pinned it. So what they're saying now, Maureen, now I was going to ask this question, but I feel like I answered my own question. Do you guys remember James Comey, the FBI director, James Comey? Now this prosecutor's, her name is Maureen Comey. Do you want to take a wild guess if that's James Comey's daughter? It's got to be. There's no way. You guys know who James Comey is? That's got to be his daughter. This is like the legacy trial because you've got Tenny Garagos, who is Mark Garagos's daughter. Then you've got this young lady here, Maureen Comey, James Comey's former FBI director. Then you've got the Agnifilos, the married couple, the wife who is representing Luigi. You've got Mark Agnifilo, the lead attorney over here. I mean, it's a bunch of legacies, okay, in the midst. Anyway, they're talking about victim number 3. So I don't know if this has been like slowly brewing. Can I put this in reader mode? Hold on. Yeah. I like it so much better like this. So they said victim 3 never cooperative with feds. Are you seeing it? Okay. So they're supposed to be finished with jury selection, I guess Monday. It was supposed to be today. Now it's Monday. Federal prosecutors are taking a big gamble with one of their star witnesses with Diddy's sex trafficking trial because the woman they call victim 3 has always made it clear she does not want to testify. During jury selection this week, lead prosecutor Maureen Comey admitted that the feds do not know whether the alleged victim, one of Diddy's ex-girlfriends, intends to appear in court to testify against him. Comey said the woman does not live locally. There's an issue getting in touch with her attorney, and she may not even show up to court despite a subpoena. Other sources with direct knowledge say the woman has never cooperated with the prosecutors and never gave any indication that she would be willing to take the stand during the trial. It begs to question, how can you call her victim number 3 then if she has never cooperated? Like how are we identifying her as victim number 3? It begs to question, why did prosecute okay, thank you, I'm answering my own question. It begs to question, why did the prosecutors add her to the Diddy indictment, and will they address her absence next week during opening statements? At this point, it is unclear who prosecutors will call to testify at the beginning of the trial. Cassie plans to testify against Diddy at the trial. I mean, she might be all they need, but if you're promising more victims and you don't deliver, maybe that's a problem. I don't know. Cassie plans on testifying Diddy's upcoming trial, and it won't be anonymous. TMZ has confirmed prosecutors have some big decisions to make about victim 3, namely, will they refer to her in their opening statement? If they do, and then she ghosts them, the jury will wonder what's going on, and that might be a big blow to the prosecution. As we report, Comey said Monday prosecutors would not be getting. It's surprising that they have Comey. I feel like Trump hated James Comey, didn't he? Like there was a whole thing with James Comey. And now she's I don't know, maybe he doesn't even realize the connection, but it's all coming back to me now. As reported, Comey said Monday prosecutors would not be getting into the woman's story until the second part of the trial. And during the opening statements, the woman would be described as one of the many women who have allegedly been abused and sexually exploited by Diddy. The indictment labeled her as alleged victim of sex trafficking. Cassie, another Diddy ex, has. Wait, hold on a second, guys. What are you doing? You should cut it out. Sorry, guys. I heard my door and I was just like, did I leave the door open? And I did. Okay. The indictment labeled her as an alleged victim of sex trafficking. Cassie, another Diddy ex, has long been known as victim one, and she's expected to testify under her own name, although it's unclear when she will take the stand. She's already in New York City, out and about with a huge baby bump. And yeah, it's probably not safe for her. It's like she's good and pregnant unless she's planning to deliver in New York. Some fans estimate she's around 9 months. That's not typically, you don't advise women 9 months pregnant to be getting on planes. Um, Three of the four alleged victims in the case are former Diddy girlfriends, and in court filings, prosecutors have said victim two is expected to deliver anonymous testimony about financial losses, dependency, social isolation she experienced during their relationship, all of which made her more vulnerable to his coercion. Okay. And maybe that's it. Let's see. So I don't know if that's going to make things fall apart. Are you guys looking at hold on a second. Indictment exposes what he knows about Diddy. Okay. This is that the two angry men. Do you guys remember the filing we read the other day and they were talking about Mark Garagos and Harvey Levin? Let's see. Okay, I guess that was the end of the article. The article just kind of stopped at a screeching halt. Okay. Let me click on the New York Post real quick. It's these pictures. Are you guys looking at these pictures? They're crazy, right? Wait, hold on. Okay, Sean Diddy Combs prosecutors admit they may go to trial without key witness. The woman set to testify in Sean Diddy Combs coerced her into sexual acts may not take the stand, the feds say, possibly delivering a blow to a high profile prosecution during the jury. Before the jury is even seated, the witness, dubbed as victim three in court papers, had been expected to tell jurors that. So, I mean, I feel like, is it crazy? I just feel like Carisha is supposed to be here. She was very close to him for a couple of years. And I'm just wondering, is she one of quote unquote victims? Because I feel like they listed her initially, or they talked about her as a sex worker once upon a time. I don't know if that's, you know what I mean? Am I remembering that wrong? But the prosecution team admitted during jury selection this week that it's been having trouble contacting this person. So it's the same story throughout. Look at the court reporter renderings of. Are they playing with us? We're trying to figure out what's going on the inside. And they got Diddy crayon pictures as him laughing, and the judge got a smile on his face. Sean Diddy Combs faces up to life in prison if convicted on all charges. Okay. We do not know whether she intends to appear, and we are trying very hard to find out because she's got to know that they're looking for her. We are having trouble communicating with her counsel. Prosecutor Maureen Comey said Wednesday when pressed to provide a update on the situation. Comey, who also worked on the prosecution team that convicted Jeffrey Epstein, Madam Ghislaine Maxwell, told the court on Monday that the witness does not live locally. I mean, this is the United States. People can get places in 3 hours and may not show up even if we try to enforce the subpoena and want to call her. The potential pretrial issue comes just a week after the feds said that they had spoken with the woman's lawyer and learned that the accuser planned to use her real name during testimony rather than the pseudonym, Young Miami, rather than the pseudonym she had previously asked to use. I hope this necklace. I hope she wouldn't, girl. I know she's not coming as Young Miami. Okay, prosecutors promised to provide another update on Friday morning when a jury of 12 New Yorkers are expected to be finalized in the bombshell racketeering and sex trafficking case. The feds still have 3 more alleged victims set to testify, including Combs' ex-girlfriend Cassie, the 2 women who will testify under pseudonyms according to the court records and sources. A 5th accuser will be allowed to testify as well, even though Combs is not specifically charged with any crimes related to her because her account mirrors the coerced sex accusations and other victims, according to the recent ruling of Judge Subramanian, Judge Arun. The I'll Be Missing You rapper 55 is accused of helming Bad Boy Records as a criminal enterprise that abused and assaulted women, carried out kidnappings and at least 1 arson, and paid bribes to cover up its illicit activities. Among the eye-popping allegations jurors will hear about is Combs forced his ex-girlfriends into drug-fueled, days-long sex performances called freak-offs. I wish I could be there to hear all of that, in which Combs would masturbate while his partners had sex with male sex workers. Interesting. He has pled not guilty to charges that carry a maximum sentence of life in prison. I think his defense is that it was all consensual adults in the matter, and I think that's what their defense is going to be. This was not what they say it is. The fact that Cassie is 16/17 in evidence was 16/17. Really? How old is she now? How old is Cassie? Oh, my dogs. Cassie Ventura. She's 38 and he's 55. His defense was drunk and high, so he isn't responsible for any for what may have taken place. Somebody got to victim 3, and she's like, victim 3 might be in Vietnam somewhere, chillaxing over in Maldives, somewhere like very far and very remote, somewhere where it takes like 2 and 3 days of travel and like a rice boat or something. Like they're gone somewhere very hot and balmy right now with really good fresh food and no phones. Okay. And they're not going to be back till September. Okay. How do I know? I just made that up. Victim 3 is with Russell Simmons. Oh, are you talking about Baby Simmons? No. Ming? Is it Ming or Russell Simmons' daughter went home to be with him. Hi, Bougie Gang. Cassie was 19 to 20 when she started the serial relationship. Well, yeah. So 19 to 20 is not going to get him. You know, if she were 16 or 17, it would make a difference, even though that is still very young. So she was 19 to 20. She's 38. So it's 18 years ago. That was 18 years ago, Diddy time. So let's do some math. So let's say he's 55, 19 years ago, would have been like 36. He would have been 36, 37. And yeah, well, I don't know what to say. What's the other one's name? Ming's the oldest, and then the other young lady. She's falling out with her mom because she's over there with Russell. Okay, let me get these babies in. Just a second. Come on. Come on. You guys are doing way too much. Come on, Portia. Portia. Lay on down. Portia. Portia, you gotta come. You guys. Go get your buddy. Stop, stop, stop. So what they do is they knock on the door, and when I get to the door, they run off. I'm like, that is so corny. Would you guys stop doing that? Yes. Aoki, right? Okay. Thank you. Who's got no Wi-Fi? Yeah, no Wi-Fi. Okay. Okay. Okay, all right, moving on. Oh, let me go through my desktop, guys. Just a second. Okay. What's today? All right. Today is May 9th. Just a quick update real quick. If you guys remember the story I shared the other day about London Thomas, his her boyfriend's mother is sitting in jail right now, Wayne County. I don't believe she's out yet. She was given an opportunity for bond with a cash and a tether. And baby, her next court date is June 13th, 8 o'clock, and she's still sitting with lying to a public officer. It says assault and obstructing, but it's lying to a police officer. She's still sitting in Wayne County. So that is Charla Pendergrass. I don't think I have her picture pulled up. Do we know who Charla Pendergrass is? Hold on, let me see if I can find a quick picture. Charla is the lady. She's the mother. Now, Jalen Pendergrass was questioned and he was arrested on something else, but they let him go. I guess they don't have enough. This is the boyfriend. He's ugly as I don't know what. That's Jalen Pendergrass. Look at this creep. Little 17-year-old missing at his hands, and his despicable ass mother. They said lied to the police. What is the reason to lie to the police? To cover up the truth, right? So obviously there's some sort of horrible truth that they wanted to cover because London never made it home, which is a whole nother thing. I did put her perp walk on my YouTube channel. Let me find it. It's in a short. So Charla is sitting. I'm glad they have her sitting because she might need to get her son on the phone and be like, you got about 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? You got 24 hours. You know, I love you. I'm mom and I'm always going to be mom, but you keep holding on to this necessary information. I'm talking. Okay. There's some of you guys had some comments about the tight jeans of the law enforcement officer. There's Charla doing her perp walk. We'll see her in a minute. They'll show her face in a second. I let it run like 3 times. Mom seems cool as a cucumber getting arrested for her son. Okay. Sis, you should never lie to the police. They gonna find out. Do you imagine, girl, if the police, I would be like, can I get a brush? Do you mind if I brush down my hair? Sis, I don't know what girl. They must have caught her in bed. I think she got slippers on. Okay. You see this? Oh, wow. Do you imagine you're walking down the street and you're like, "Oh, shit, that's Charla Pendergrass." Something wrong with something wrong with her? Okay, so that's what's going on here. I don't know if I have her mugshot or not. Um, but we know London was missing for roughly about 3 weeks before she was located. She was last seen with this creep, her boyfriend, and she was last seen with him, and it was right about 2 weeks because I think they reported her missing like the very beginning of April, and by the 26th, they found her remains. So this is Jalen, and this is Jalen's mother, who they are bringing in doing the perp walk. Okay. That is what's going on right there. And very sad set of circumstances. Let me see if I can find her mugshot on my in my deck of photos. Just a second. Let me see if I manage to grab a screenshot of ma'am. But you guys know who this is. I feel like you guys have seen her mugshot, but I'm trying to figure out why I don't have one, but that's okay. But we're still waiting to get news. I guess that's the news, is that unfortunately we just don't know a lot of details, and I'm sure they're working on the details. And the fact that they lied, you know, it's kind of like, tell the truth so we can move on. If you don't have anything to do with the situation, at least give them the space and opportunity to do a proper investigation so that they can move on. So it kind of is like, when you're lying, they're going to park on you because they're going to try to flush out what the truth is, because most people don't have any reason to lie about the last time that they saw somebody, unless the last time they saw you, something bad happened, right? So, prayers for London Thomas's family. The mother and the father seem to be in absolute agony over this loss. And Jalen's mother is sitting in jail right now. She has court again. Like I said, she's got court coming up in June, and I guess we'll be hearing more about it. But the bottom line is, London sadly is gone, and there's nothing that can bring her back. But hopefully, we'll be able to get some information so her family can kind of get some resolve about this whole situation, and they'll be able to, prosecute the right people. At the end of the day, if you are lying, you're either trying to cover for yourself or cover for someone else. And we still have to get justice for this girl. Anyway, okay, so let's get up off of that. Yeah, I know it's sad. It's very sad. Okay. We talked about this person yesterday. Let me get these off the screen. Hold on. London. So yesterday we talked about, oh, let me pull up, since I've got this pulled up. Let me just use this. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Hold on just a second. Just a second, guys. Okay, so we talked about this yesterday. I've got some information on Caroline Miller. This was from yesterday. Guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Real Talk Bougie. Guys, let's get into it real quick. Yesterday we were live in the afternoon, and we covered two topics: Rodney Hinton, the death of his son, Ryan Hinton. And Rodney is currently in jail for mowing down a police officer, a sheriff's deputy, at a outside of the University of Cincinnati graduation. The circumstances revolving around that were the death of his son not 24 hours prior. So, real sad set of circumstances there. If you're not familiar with the case, go ahead and check out yesterday's live. We will definitely talk more about this. Really, really awful. But we also talked about Mehendra Patel and Caroline Miller. So let me tell you about this very quickly. If you hadn't heard about this, Mehendra Patel was accused of attempting to kidnap Caroline's baby from Walmart. It's a little bit of a complicated, convoluted story, but Caroline asserts that Mehendra tried to run off with her baby when he was asking her where the Tylenol was in Walmart. What I believe Mehendra was trying to communicate when he was arrested was that her buggy, she was in one of those customer assisted scooters, and he thought she was disabled. Her buggy appeared to be toppling over or tilting, and he was trying to help her with the baby. So he handled her child. And 20 minutes or so, some minutes after the interaction, she notifies a Walmart associate, and the Walmart associate helps her then call the police reluctantly. Anyway, turns out I pulled some court documents today. Turns out we heard this in court. Ashley Merchant, Mr. Patel's lawyer, mentioned that she'd made 20 calls to police in the last 7 years. Also, she'd falsely accused a Lyft driver of a crime. Turns out she accused a Lyft driver of rape and joined a class action lawsuit, and the allegations turned out to be false. We are going to go through those receipts today at lunch. So I will see you then. But Caroline is looking like a whole Karen. 20 calls to police in 7 years. That's absolutely nuts. And also false accusations of a serious nature, not once, but now it's looking like it could be twice. Can you believe that, guys? I was just like, you know what? I know let me let the short tell you. Okay, so here's what I found. So here's some interesting things. So I was kind of going through the case a little bit of Mehendra Patel and looked up a bunch of things, but it was really funny because let me show you this. So you guys know, you've been over here for a while, or even if you're new here, Nesto's girlfriend, Sonia, whatever she is, the side chick, side hen, Boothang, she's always talking about how Crail never did anything for his case. Let me show you what Ashley Merchant did for Mehendra Patel. Look at the date here. You see this is the 29th, right? Right here where my arrow is. Look at all of this. In one day, she filed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 motions and 3 notices. One of the motions she filed had me dying laughing because one of her motions was basically check this out. I didn't download this one. It's motion for an order requiring. So she wants the judge to intervene. Motion for an order requiring the district attorney to respond in writing to each motion which is contested by the state. And that might be something very basic, but she put that thing in writing. I want a response. Basically, it's I want a response. If I file a motion, I want a response, period. That's what she asked for. This lady is working, okay? She's working. There was another one that I thought was interesting. I feel like they say that they're listening to his phone calls. Okay. there was this one. She filed motion to prohibit the state from violating, well, attorney-client privilege. They would be listening to his phone calls anyway, I guess, if that's what they chose to do. But that the motion to prohibit the state from violating attorney-client privilege by listening to attorney communications on jail telephone and video recording devices. So we don't know what's going on there, who Mahendra is talking to. I would imagine his wife, his daughters. Um, this was a funny motion, but she's clearly working, right? She's doing her job. Motion for Mr. Patel and his counsel to be allowed to sit at the table closest to jury. I've never seen that, but it's interesting looking at Miss Ashley Merchant's filings because I'm like, well, damn, okay. This is what I guess an expensive lawyer does. Now, does this have addresses? Let me see. Magistrate Court of Cobb County. This is the warrant for his arrest. Let me just make sure there's no address on here. One second. Okay. Well, we know what the warrant said, but it says person came James. Let's see. So the address that's showing is the address at Walmart. Let's see. So the simple assault, let me just read it to you guys. James Evan Wallace, who makes an oath before the magistrate court. This is what he alleged. Between April 18th, 2025, 8:16 and 8:30 on Cobb Parkway. Commit the offense of simple assault. Mehendra Nagar Patel did commit the offense of simple assault violating OCGA 16520. Said accused did commit the act, grabbed and pulled said juvenile, which placed Caroline Miller in a reasonable apprehension of immediately receiving a violent injury to wit. I think she was trying to sue him. I think she was trying to do a come up. It's now clear more than ever. Said accused did pull said juvenile away from his mother, who was sitting in his mother's lap in a handicapped shopping cart. Said juvenile's mother was able to regain control of her child by wrestling said juvenile back from said accused. The act placed mother in fear for her and her child's safety. Next, Mendar Nagar Patel is accused. He did intentionally physical contact of an insulting and provoking nature with a person of juvenile under 17, to which said accused did pull said juvenile away from his mother, who was sitting in his mother's lap in a handicapped shopping cart. But she's not handicapped. They just wanted to joyride around the store. Said juvenile's mother was able to regain control of her child by wrestling said juvenile back and then also showing the man where to get the Tylenol. It's like, ma'am, what? This is crazy, right? Yeah, so Ashley asked to be closer to the jury, right? So next one is kidnapping. That they said Mr. Patel did commit the kidnapping violating OCGA 16540. Said accused did abduct and steal away a juvenile 17 or under without lawful authority or wanted. Did hold such person against their will, to which said accused did pull said juvenile. I tell you what, after some stupid shit like this, I promise you, and I hate to be that way because I don't expect anybody to come help me. I have totally I have totally tripped and fell. I remember one time, you guys can laugh. It's okay. I was just walking, tra la 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 la, minding my business, and I don't know if I had on flip flops or what, but I remember the Target, not Walmart. It was a Target, and I totally hit the curb, baby. My purse, my lip gloss, everything was like all over the place, and it took me like a second because I was stunned. I just remember like feeling like I was doing the Matrix, like I was just like, like it was just, I don't know what happened to me. The only other time I had a problem with balance was when I was pregnant with Farah. One of my pregnancy symptoms was balance, and I kept falling. I swear to God, I thought that I was going to need to go to the doctor. I really was scared that I had MS or something. I didn't know what was like. I had my pregnancy systems were lack of balance. Okay. Anyway, but I fell in front of this Target and nobody came to help me. Nobody. No. And when I say nobody, they were probably busy laughing. Okay. Um, older white guy was like, "My dear, are you okay?" Nobody came to help me. They were probably like, "That bitch just ate it." Okay. I wonder if she cracked her teeth, which I did not. Okay. Haters. Y'all, I'm sorry. Girl, Boo Boo and Bebe are just doing the most. Girl, it was, remember like the Matrix or just like um the man came and helped me get up. He said, "My dear, are you okay?" And he got my purse, didn't run off with it. Thank you, Jesus. Got my purse, helped me pick up my stuff, and at first before I stood up, he was like, "Just sit for a second, just kind of get yourself oriented. Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm fine." And he helped me stand up, and I wasn't scraped or hurt or anything other than my feelings. Hold on a second. The dogs are going crazy. Girl. Oh my God. They were quiet for literally a second. Yeah, it happens. I'm cool about it. You know what I mean? It just taught me don't rely on anybody to come help you. That's what it told me. Like that was my comeuppance to it's a cruel world out here and no one's coming to save you. That's it. That's all. I mean, that's it. You know what I mean? It's a sad commentary, and I don't want to rain on anyone's parade today, but baby, if you trip and fall out here in the world, do not expect anyone to come pick you up. That's just what it is. You got to get yourself up, and hopefully, luckily, someone will come. And it's not that no one came at all, but there were several people who could have, like, who were, you know, I'm sure it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like it gave a noise. But I was already down by the time that man was like, "Are you okay?" But anyway, um, my point is I literally, based on this woman Caroline, I would be reluctant to help anybody. If I saw somebody falling or someone's kid running off or whatever, I might just be like, "Your kid's running away." I really would be concerned because there are people out here with mental illness, and I do not have time to play around with people in the legal system. Like this is disruptful, just disrupting. um, I don't know if this guy Mahendra, we know Mahendra is not an angel. We know that he's been arrested a couple of times. Um, for all intents and purposes, his wife is a doctor. He's got two professional daughters. But it really seems as though he was just coming to the store to buy something, and him being way too friendly has now probably done, I mean, it's done some good because it has created some conversations, and we need to know that Karen still exists, and Karen is young too. Karen's only 26 years old. Karen got a problem. My mama fell down some steps when I was in high school, and I couldn't move because I was laughing too hard, had to pretend like I was asleep. Oh my God. My friend was skating and rolled down a hill and she fell and had to stop herself with her elbows. Thank you, God, for elbows. In our litigious society, people get scared to even help. I promise you, this has me very concerned about helping. And my husband, he's a friendly guy too. He's not Mehendra Patel friendly, but he's friendly. And I've had to, early on in our relationship, you know what I mean? I feel like he's not as friendly as he used to be. You know what I mean? Like we're friendly down here in North Carolina. You know what I mean? Girl, God helped her up. Exactly. 27-year-old with 20 police reports. Girl, she been calling the police since she was born. Okay, we're gonna get to that. Let's pivot. But Ashley Merchant, this is my point about Ashley. Ashley is on her damn job, y'all. Ashley is not playing with these motions and these filings. Sis is busy working. She gonna get her retainer. Let me tell you, Mehendra Patel, no matter what happens, baby, look at this required news coverage. Oh, this is probably the Rule 22s. Let's see. I'm sorry, y'all. The dogs are doing the most. What is this? State of Georgia Superior Court. Let's see what these are. Are these the Cobb County Rule 22s? Reporter. Request for installing recording and photographic equipment. This is the equivalent to their Rule 22. Whatever. Okay, we'll just pivot off that. Okay, let's get to this part right here. Okay, so let's get over here. This is another filing that Ashley made on top of all of the filings Ashley made. Baby, she made this one. Defendant's notice of intent to introduce evidence of Ms. Miller's prior false allegations, false accusations of rape and kidnapping. Do I need to say it again? Defendant's notice of intent to introduce evidence of Ms. Miller's prior false accusations of rape and kidnapping. What? Sis? Really now? She is about her business, okay? She said, you are not going to drag my client without us dragging you a little bit too. Okay. You want to drag Mehendra? Baby, we're dragging you right along. Okay. We're going to drag you right along. Okay. Okay, Ashley Merchant. She got something for Caroline Miller. Comes now defendant Mehendra Patel and hereby provides a notice to the court that the state that he intends to introduce evidence at the trial of this matter that complaining witness Caroline Miller, Ms. Miller, has made prior false allegations that she was raped and kidnapped. Baby, no, she did not. She did that, did she? Do you see this in black and white? She said, we're getting ready to put that evidence in. Okay. Oh my God. Ashley Merchant is a beast. Okay. She sure did. She said that Ms. Miller has made prior false allegations that she was raped and kidnapped. Okay. In support of the admissibility of this prior allegation, Mr. Patel shows the court further as follows. Okay. Introduction of factual background. The incident at issue in this case was captured on a Walmart surveillance surveillance video, excuse me. In the defense video that the former prosecutors and that of large swaths of the public who have viewed it, the video completely exonerates Mr. Patel and makes clear that Ms. Miller's statements to the police and the media after the incident were demonstrably false. The Walmart video does not have any audio, so the jurors, should this case proceed to trial, will be asked to evaluate Ms. Miller's credibility. The credibility is undermined by her prior false accusations that she was raped and kidnapped by a Lyft driver, an accusation that Ms. Miller used to become a plaintiff in a civil suit against Lyft in California. With regard to that incident on September 1st, 2019, Ms. Miller contacted her boyfriend while she was riding in a Lyft car and had her boyfriend report to the police that she was being raped. When the police arrived to investigate the incident, Ms. Miller claimed that her Lyft driver had placed his finger near her vagina, but told officers that no digital penetration occurred. She made no mention or allegation that any sexual intercourse took place. Based on Ms. Miller's complaint, the police arrested the Lyft driver and charged him with misdemeanor sexual battery. The case docket in Cobb County State Court reflects the case was closed without any criminal conviction. A copy of the CAD report, which confirms Ms. Miller's described Ms. Miller described the incident as a rape, is attached hereto in Exhibit A. Shortly thereafter, Ms. Miller retained the law firm of Esty and Baumberger, where she joined a large civil lawsuit against Lyft. Ms. Miller has published her story publicly on. We're gonna have to look at that. Oh, can we get to that? What? Stop it. I didn't even look at this. Okay, we'll go to that in a minute. Hold on. We'll go to that in a minute. Oh, did it take me away from my file? Hold on. Okay. Oh, this is the wrong. Oh, this is it because it is 77 pages, but we're not going to read the whole thing. I'll publish it so you guys can see it. Shortly after Ms. Miller retained the law firm of Esty and Baumberger, where she joined a large civil lawsuit against Lyft, Ms. Miller has published her story publicly on ubersexualassaultlawyer.com, where since the Lyft driver's arrest, she claimed he driver was groping and raping her. See what?
Good morning.
What?
My name is Mike Baumberger with the law
Stop
firm
it.
of Esty and Baumberger. Baumberger is spelled Bomberger.
Is that her right
this morning
there?
We filed a lawsuit in San Diego Superior.
Hold on a second, guys. Is that Caroline right there with the headband on? Did she not know that we know how to put all this stuff together? What?
This morning we filed a lawsuit in San Francisco Superior Court on behalf of 20 women that were sexually assaulted or raped in Lyft vehicles. This lawsuit claims that Lyft has concealed and hidden the staggering number of assaults and rapes that occur in their vehicles. Lyft has known about this problem for the last 5 years, and they've done nothing to fix it. Instead, Lyft has made a concerted effort in the media, in litigation, and in criminal cases to try to hide.
Y'all, she's going to give an Easter speech.
The number of assaults and rapes that occur in their vehicles. Additionally, Lyft has allowed drivers that have sexually assaulted and raped their customers and their passengers to continue driving under their app and platform. This lack of zero tolerance policy encourages sexual predators to join the Lyft platform. Lyft could adopt policies that mandate anytime there's a crime that they're aware of that occurs in their vehicles, that those crimes are reported to the police. but Lyft doesn't do this. Lyft could let drivers know that they're being recorded digitally and that they're watching so that these assaults don't occur, but they don't do this. Lyft could immediately suspend any driver that has an accusation of assault or rape levied against them and remove them from the app, but they don't do this. Lyft could also make it easy for police to apprehend the sexual predators that are on their platform, but they don't do this either. In fact, we know that in many cases, an assault has occurred and that those particular drivers are allowed to assault more than once, more than twice before Lyft removes them from the app. Lyft could also do more thorough background checks, but they don't do this either. The bottom line is that Lyft does not take safety of their passengers seriously and never has. Lyft's message to their drivers is that safety and accountability do not exist, and it's not important. The Lyft platform is tailor-made for sexual predators. On September 4th, we filed a lawsuit against Lyft on behalf of 14 sexual assault.
Okay, I'm going to advance to Caroline's lie story. According to this document, it states that it was false accusation. So definitely we're not trying to victim shame, but this is a set of circumstances where this young woman has now a track record of ringing false alarms against brown people. Okay, this is weird. She's clearly busted.
Fund of her ride. Caroline?
What did he say? You heard it?
Of her ride. Caroline?
Carolyn, and you see in the description box, attorney Mike Baumberger and assault survivor Caroline Miller speak at press conference announcing a new lawsuit against Lyft over sexual assault. And it turns out that this was a hoax. This is the same lady who is over here now years later accusing way too friendly, talked to too many people, Mehendra Patel, who actually ended up crossing paths with damn Ernest Williams Nesto. Okay, we learned that yesterday in the call. He was talking to damn Mehendra, and Mehendra is caught up in this mess. Another man married to a prominent woman, even though Mehendra is not a bum, but Mehendra's wife is a doctor. He did spend time in federal prison. He was with the shits. He was involved in some sort of scammer scheme at some point, but he's paid his restitution. He paid his price, and he's clean. But he was over there trying to get some Tylenol for his wife, and he runs into Miss Ma'am, okay, who has clearly got issues, okay? Here is younger Miss Ma'am. This is the same Miss Ma'am, but this is her in 2019, okay, at a press conference trying to get some coin off a Lyft, okay? Let's listen to her statement.
It was around 3 a.m. when I called Lyft to pick me up. I was still a little intoxicated when Lyft arrived, so I decided to take a nap in the back seat. A few minutes later, I woke up and I couldn't believe what was happening. He had his hand down my pants and was groping and raping me. Then he started talking about taking me to a hotel. I was freaking out. I can't tell you how scared I was. But I went along with him and told him that I needed to retrieve my inhaler out of my car before we went to a hotel. At the same time, I was desperately texting my boyfriend for help. My boyfriend called the police. They arrived on scene as soon as I was able to escape to my car, and the police arrested him on the spot. This clearly shows that Lyft needs to make significant safety changes because it should not happen to anyone. I think having every ride recorded would be a strong deterrent to predator drivers. Make no mistake, these men are predators, and by allowing them to drive, Lyft is fostering a vile and dangerous business practice, and that is why I'm suing. They don't care about their customers. They only care about their profit. Lyft demonstrated that when they ignored my assault. There was no apology, no phone calls or emails, no response. The holidays are here, and I can tell you that I will not be using Lyft to get around. I'm discouraging all women from using Lyft as well, but I hope those who do will take precautions. Make sure the driver who shows up is the same as the person pictured on the app. Record your ride and don't let him deter from the route to take a shortcut. Call someone when you get in the car and try to keep the conversation going throughout the ride. Remember, you can't trust Lyft to watch out for your safety, as they so like to state.
He didn't know who he ran into. Okay. All right. So now we've seen the video. Let's go back to the document. Shortly after, let's see. I feel bad for Mehendra. I'm sorry. I do. Shortly thereafter, Ms. Miller retained the law firm of Etsy Baumberger, where she joined a large civil lawsuit. Ms. Miller has published her story publicly on Uber Sexual Assault's Lawyer, where since Lyft driver's arrest, she claims a driver was groping and raping me. See YouTube video, which we just looked at. She continued and said that they arrested the driver on the spot, but failed to mention that he was arrested for misdemeanor sexual battery and that she told the police that there had been no rape. Her civil lawsuit against Lyft is still pending and still claims that Mr. Miller was raped. Well, I guess that maybe Ms. Miller. Her civil lawsuit against Lyft is still pending and still claims that maybe Ms. Miller was raped. Okay. See civil action, blah, 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 blah. I guess we'd have to go look at that if you guys want to. A copy of the Lyft complaint. Oh, the copy of the Lyft complaint is attached here to Exhibit B. Ms. Miller has also claimed medical damages in her lawsuit despite not having any medical exam done after she contacted the police. Argument and citation of authorities. Ms. Miller prior false allegations against another man who no longer requires a threshold finding of falsity by the court before it is admissible. As an initial matter, last year, the Supreme Court of Georgia clarified that Georgia's rape shield statute does not categorically bar prior accusation evidence and that the court need not make a threshold finding of falsity before permitting such evidence. To clarify, this evidentiary holding was not the requirement that a trial court must determine before a victim's prior accusation was probably false before admitting the evidence. Rather, the evidentiary holding of Smith that we affirmed in Barnes 2 was that rape shield statute does not categorically bar prior accusation evidence. Thus, one procedural hurdle for the defense to the admissibility of prior false allegations no longer exists. As shown below, there are a number of reasons for allowing the evidence into this trial. Mr. Patel has a right under the confrontation clause and Georgia's impeachment rules to cross-examine Ms. Miller's credibility with regard to prior false accusations against another man. It is hard to imagine a good reason for excluding the complaining witness's admission that she had made prior false statements, accusations against others. Okay. And they're mentioning the law. Indeed, cross-examination on this topic goes to the heart of the witness's credibility. The confrontation clause has been held to afford a right to cross-examine a complaining witness on this basis, even when there has been only a single prior false allegation of sex abuse. Indeed, in order to make any such inquiry effective, defense counsel should have been permitted to expose to the jury the facts from the jurors as the sole tiers of fact and credibility could appropriately draw inferences related to the reliability of the witness. In this case, a rational fact finder genuinely searching for the truth in this case would most assuredly want to know that the complaining witness had falsely accused another of sexual abuse that did not occur. Okay, that she's a liar. It's just a nice way of saying she's lied before. Here, denying the right to cross-examine. So I wonder, like, why is the lawsuit still pending? Why wouldn't she have backed herself out of this? And then how did they finally let the guy off the hook? I guess we'd have to go look at the criminal case that she had against the guy, the misdemeanor sexual battery. Here, denying the right to cross-examine Ms. Miller on the basis will violate Mr. Patel's right to confrontation clause to test the credibility of the accuser. First, the evidence of the falsity, while not requiring now in Georgia, is documented by the official police documents 911 call that corroborated Ms. Miller's own civil complaint in the Lyft case. There can be little doubt that Ms. Miller was never raped, even though that's actually what she told her boyfriend to tell 911. Second, there also can be little doubt that Ms. Miller credibility when it comes to the accusation in this case is particularly germane to the jury's decision because the Walmart video does not corroborate her story. Indeed, the Walmart video, which the defense obtained independently from the state's discovery, contradicts both contradicts both what Miss Miller told the police and what the news media following the incident. So she told the police and the news media two different stories. Finally, under Georgia law, Ms. Miller may be impeached by disapproving the facts testified to by Ms. Miller. This can be done by using prior statements of the witness that go to the issue of the credibility. Accordingly, and based on the foregoing, at trial, Mr. Patel should be allowed to inquire into Ms. Miller's prior false allegations of rape and intend to do so. Okay. In conclusion, for each of the foregoing reasons, defendant Mehendra Patel respectfully requests the court to grant an instant motion and permit inquiry into Ms. Miller's prior false allegations of rape. Okay. This was her police report from Kennesaw. I guess maybe that's a transcribing of some of the call. Oh. Hold on a second. Let me see what else we got in here. Let me fast forward a little bit. This happened on September 1st, 2019. You have 30 calendar days to summons. This is the summons citation Lyft. So this is from the lawsuit. Hold on. Oh, okay. Let me go to her part. Okay. I knew there was another page I wanted to read. Okay. After that, let me get to her story specifically. This is what she told the lawyer. Girl, he got her caught up in a Busby law firm type situation. Okay. All right, this is Carolyn's story. So she's got the lawsuit in there. All right, so this is the lawsuit from the Bomberg. This is where she told a story. September 1st, plaintiff Caroline Miller used a rideshare service offered by defendant Lyft, does 1 through 10. After Caroline Miller used the Lyft app to summon the driver, Lyft driver named Chadwick picked up plaintiff Carolyn, and while within Cartersville, Georgia, where am I? Oh, there it is. Within Cartersville, Georgia, and en route to Carolyn's destination in and around Atchworth, Georgia, plaintiff Carolyn Miller was raped by Lyft driver Chadwick, who had responded to her request made through the Lyft app. Carolyn Miller requested a Lyft at approximately 2:39 a.m. to take her from a friend's house to her car, where she had left it earlier in the evening. While en route to her vehicle, which was approximately a 35-minute away, plaintiff Carolyn Miller fell asleep. When she awoke, the Lyft driver Chadwick was raping and groping her. She immediately pushed his body away. The Lyft driver stated, "I'm taking you to a hotel." Scared for her life and trying to buy time, Carolyn informed the driver that she had asthma and that she would need to stop at her car to get her asthma medication. She informed a friend that what was happening. The friend called the police. What didn't she say she was texting her boyfriend? But she says a friend. When the Lyft driver took Carolyn to her vehicle, she pretended to look for her asthma medication, giving the police the time to arrive on the scene. When the police arrived at the vehicle, Lyft driver Chadwick was questioned and arrested. Carolyn Miller reported the rape to Lyft via phone call the next day. All Lyft did was refund her ride share. Lyft never informed Carolyn whether this driver continues to drive for Lyft. This sexual predator may still be driving. Plaintiff Carolyn Miller's injuries required medical treatment and requires medical treatment and will require medical treatment in the future. Additionally, as a result of her injuries, plaintiff Carolyn Miller lost her job as a server. She has now had to find alternative employment doing housework. Plaintiff Carolyn Miller does not yet know the reasonable value of the past or future medical and incidental expenses, but will prove the value of such losses at the time of trial. Lyft actions were a substantial factor in the harm that Carolyn Miller suffered. Carolyn suffered general damages, pain and suffering, including but not limited to emotional distress, panic, anguish, fright, nervousness, grief, anxiety, worry, shock, humiliation, embarrassment, shame, mortification, hurt feelings, disappointment, depression, and feelings of powerlessness. Additionally, Carolyn Miller has suffered past lost earnings and will suffer lost earnings and earnings potential. I wonder how they busted her. I'm so curious now. I'm going to have to find out. I'm going to have to look up her case with Chadwick. I'm going to have to find that. I'm going to have to find it. So we're going to have to do a part 2. Okay. It's going to be part 2 on this. Okay. Because baby sis, how did they bust you for lying? I want to know. That's what I want to know. So he said, "I'm taking you to a hotel," but they ended up at her car because she said she needed her asthma medicine before she could rendezvous at the hotel. Poor Mehendra. Mehendra was just Mehendra. Talk. Mehendra, stop talking to people. Don't be so friendly. Talk to the people in the blue vest. That's my main. Has that not been my main advice this whole time? Is to talk to the people in the blue vests. Don't mess with the don't mess and get the stress from the other people. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. I feel like, what time is it? Oh, okay. I was about to say, I'm like, is the chat? You guys are not chatting at all. You guys were interested in this little story time. You guys want to take a sec? Let me see. What was the county where this happened? Um, this was within Cartersville, Georgia, but her car. Let's look up the name of the alleged assailant, the alleged bad Lyft driver. Hold on. Um I would be, I mean, that's just a horrible thing to have on your name. It was misdemeanor, right? It happened in, I wonder, was around Ashworth, Georgia. What's Ashworth? Is that C WORTH, Georgia County? Is that Cobb County? It's Cobb. All right, let me look her up. Let me look up Mr. Mr. C. I just cannot believe the gall of some people and expect it to not be. You're going to drag people falsely. That's crazy. Mr. Fall. Let's see if I can find it. I don't think this is it. This is not it. I found his name, but this is not it. I wonder if it's in like the magistrate. It's not Superior Court. Maybe it's state. Did I do all? No. Okay. I wonder if Cartersville. If the destination was around Ashworth, that would be Cobb County. So I wonder where this whole thing went down. Let me see. Oh, you know what? Let me look in the police. They have it in the police report. Just a second. That's Exhibit A. I know this guy has to be pissed. If he really, I'm assuming, so Kennesaw Police Department. Is Kennesaw Cobb County also? Kennesaw, Georgia County is Cobb County too. So it happened in Kennesaw. I'm going to see if I can pull the police report. I mean, this happened in 2019. There's got to be more information about this. I think I have the call number, and I think I've got the police report number. We'll have to find out. This is crazy, right? Kennesaw is Cobb. Who got the promotion off of this? Girl, Natalie Fields. I'm just kidding. Okay, let's look at this a little closer. I wonder how. So Ashley said that the charge was dropped, right? Let's see. Let me go back. It was a lot of detail. She dropped all that tea very quickly. So the civil action is still going in San Francisco regarding her situation with Lyft. But it was later, I need to read this again. It was later revealed that her accusation was false for Georgia, but how did they get there? Did you guys hear that when I was saying the former prosecutors, Mr. Patel? Let's see. In regards to the incident on September 1st, 2019, Ms. Miller contacted her boyfriend while she was riding in the Lyft car. Okay, she made no mention of the allegation. Okay, based on Ms. Miller's complaint, the police arrested the Lyft driver and charged him with misdemeanor sexual battery. The case docket in Cobb County State Court reflects the case was closed without any criminal conviction. A copy of the CAD report, which confirms Ms. Miller describing the incident as rape, is attached in Exhibit A. So it's got to be filed under Cobb, but I just need to figure it out. So it's Cobb County State Court docket. Okay. Okay, this is Superior Court. Okay, let me look. Cobb County State Court. Cobb County State Court. Docket. Search. Okay, there is a difference. Okay, Mr. I am not a robot. I don't see it. Oh, no, this is not right anyway. Okay, hold on. Okay. You see how PORSHA and LAMBO, they're off the chain. Okay, I found it. Okay, here we go. Let's see. A mess. I know this guy has got to be pissed. Oh. I don't know if this is it or not because there's no, you can't click on the documents. Sexual battery. This is it. This is it. What? What did she say? She said that this was based on Miss Miller's complaint. The police arrested and charged him with misdemeanor sexual battery. The case docket in Cobb County State Court reflects the case was closed without any criminal conviction. Docket. I feel like he took offense amended by prosecutor. It looks like he took a guilty plea of disorderly conduct and got a year probation with 1 day jail, 11 months and 29 days probated. Hold on, let me see what this means. Offense amended by prosecutor. So, yes, a prosecutor amended change criminal charges. The power allows them to modify the charges against the defendant, potentially reducing the severity of the initial accusation. So, where's my page? So, Mr. The Lyft driver actually pled guilty. You see this? What was the date of the assault? Can y'all see this? September 1st, 2019, right? Prosecutor amended. Can y'all see? No. Sorry. So he ended up with a disorderly conduct, guilty plea. Whatever the sexual battery was that he came in on, it was amended by the prosecutor. You see that? And his sentence, SEU, probation, jail, length 12 months, suspended length 0 days, 0 days, start May 11th, 2021. 1 day jail, release time served 11 months, 21 days. SEU, so state something. Let's see. What does that mean? SEU probation. State Enforcement Unit. Probation is a state-ordered supervision in a community instead of jail time, while jail is a detention facility for those sentenced to 1 year or less. SEU, State Enforcement Unit. So he got a disorderly conduct, but you can't really see. Here's the warrant number. I'm going to see if I can get the warrant. That'll give us more information. I can't, like, there's nothing to be able to tell anything what's on here. I don't want to scroll too much because it might have the person's address. They might still live there. So I don't want to do too much. But damn, y'all, when do they decide she's a danger to her children? Baby, she keeps running around Cobb County acting like this. I mean, I don't know if the Lyft driver was completely innocent. I don't, you know what I mean? Based on this, we don't know. Or it could have been one of those like, yeah, this 2 years now. When did this settle? May of 21. This happened September 2019. So 2 years of going back and forth you were a Lyft driver, you picked this ditzy broad up for a ride, and now 2 years you're having to go back and forth to court. That's enough to drive somebody crazy. Something's wrong with her. Something's wrong with her. And I'm going to say, Mr. Patel, stop talking to people in Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mr. Patel, you better stop talking to these people. Leave, you know what I'm saying? Stop being so friendly. His wife probably has to, and it's sad because he might just be like a friendly type of jovial, neighborly type guy, but he's got to understand some of these people out here are crazy and they're just looking for an opportunity. And some people like to wear, we don't know what kind of jewelry Mr. Patel had on. Baby, Mr. Patel could have had on some of that very good Indian 24 karat, walking around with his rubies and emeralds. I'm telling you, I had a couple of neighbors growing up in New Jersey. This one girl who I was really, really good friends with. I mean, baby, the jewelry was off the chain. 24 carats. He might have been in there with all of his beautiful Indian jewelry on, his wedding ring. God only knows. She might have saw this. She might have been like, look, he might have some coins. And she's, you know what I'm saying? She seems like the type, she's trying to get up on someone's coins. Sounds like she's broke and using allegations against brown people as a money grab, and brown people that she think might have a coin. Girl, it's the avatars for me, Bible lady. He was probably disorderly with the police because he didn't know why they were arresting him. Also, yeah, look how sad he looks. He looks like he was genuinely crying. Okay. You think she looks like Gargamel? Okay, what else did we have to talk? We're going to have to get a part 2. I'm going to find the arrest warrant and we'll put this to bed. We're not trying to look, Caroline, this is not a drag, trust me. Okay, but this is we're just trying to understand we're trying to understand the full story. Okay. And Ashley Merchant put out the receipts, and we got to see what's going on here. We have to do our due diligence. Okay. We have to do our due diligence, and we need to check because you out here acting a fool. And I don't know. I just believe Mr. Patel. I believe Mr. Patel more. Sounds like you've been trying to come up for a minute. Once we fully understand, the drag will begin officially. That's when the drag will start. Don't feel like this is a drag, because this really isn't. We're just checking receipts right now. We're checking receipts and we're trying to figure out what in the viral is going on here. Okay. Okay. Is there anything else we were supposed to look at? Okay, so we talked about Diddy. We talked about Diddy. We talked a little bit about London. Talked about Diddy. We talked about London. We got up into Gargamel. Did you guys have any questions? Let me see. I ran across a video. Sonya made a response to an email drama, but she put. Hold on. You guys send me silly stuff. It's so funny. Okay. I'm trying to check I think some of you guys sent me. Oh. Yes. Okay. I was just wondering if you had a chance to cover the mess here in Houston, the turkey leg. One of you guys asked me to get into the turkey leg hut. I feel like we talked about the turkey leg hut a long time ago, and it was when they filed for divorce. But what's going on now? I do know what's going on, but I have not pulled documents or anything like that. Are we wanting to talk turkey leg hut? Are they still in divorce? Tina Knowles and her Instagram. Look at Tina Knowles, guys. She's so damn fabulous. Look at her. I love Tina. She's 70. Is she 71? It's just. The Game lost his house due to essay. What did he do? Girl, what is going on with everybody? Everyone is losing their mind? What's going on here? The Game, hold on. The Game lost house. The Game lost house. The Game may have home seized to non-payment. This is Black Enterprise. Let's see if there's another source. No offense to Black Enterprise, but lost house. I like to see at least 2-3 sources. Okay, Black Enterprise is reporting, and they're the only ones reporting right now. But this is back in 2024. The Game may have home seized due to non-payment of $7 million judgment. Okay, so that's where the essay comes in. Hold on. Did I just lose the article? It's these damn ads. Like, come on. It's like they act like nobody ever hits their damn website, and then it just takes your computer to a bad place. Okay. That's why I always have to put on the reader. Okay, so he has a judgment against him for $7 million and he hasn't paid any of it yet. All right, let's see what's going on here. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of this. Some foolishness. Some more foolishness. All right, this is in Black Enterprise magazine. So Priscilla Rainey won a judgment after accusing the rapper of sexual battery in 2015. So damn, 10 years ago. Recording artist The Game may be losing his house because of non-payment of a judgment levied against him almost 10 years ago. According to allhiphop.com, The Game was sued in 2015 by a contestant. I remember this, Priscilla Rainey, who appeared on his VH1 reality show, She Got Game. She initially accused the Compton rapper of sexual battery and won $7 million judgment against the Love It or Hate It rapper. Um, the lawsuit was filed in 2015 and she won a judgment the following year. The Game has not paid anything towards the judgment. Court papers by the media outlet revealed that Rainey served the Game and his manager Whack 100 in hopes of seizing the rapper's property. Rainey suspects that the home is now in the name of Whack 100 to prevent the seizure of the house from being taken from the rapper. A process server sent a notice of levy, writ of execution, and more to the Game and Whack 100 in June. Rainey states both men are listed at the address. Earlier this month, All Hip Hop reported that Rainey subpoenaed his children's school district for proof of residence, attendance, and more July 1st. After losing the case initially, the Game, Jaquan Taylor, requested a new trial, but an appeals court denied him in 2019. Taylor did not take the litigation seriously. That's what you get. You didn't take the litigation seriously. Judge T.K. Sykes wrote in the decision he evaded the process, trolled Rainey on social media, dodged the settlement conference, and did not bother to show up at the trial. But now you want to negotiate. His attorney asked for a continuance, but the judge denied that request, dismissing Taylor's proffered excuse as an elaborate ruse. Rainey took him back to court because he never remitted payment, and she claimed that he was hiding his assets. She won that case in 2023. She reportedly has seized his publishing rights and recording label. It's getting ugly, guys. It's getting ugly. I wonder if Kris Jenner can help him. She probably won't. She's going to be like, look, you need to make a payment plan and just go ahead and get this straightened out. Kris Jenner would have told him to start making payments 10 years ago. Well, according to the judge, you see, what did the judge say? He didn't take the process seriously, but now you want to, now you want to. Okay. If I were her, I wouldn't even want the house. I would get the house and immediately call Kyle's husband over there, Mauricio. Girl, I would call Mauricio or one of those Love It or List It people, or just somebody. I would call somebody who's on a reality show, and baby, I would let them, they would have to buy it. They can buy, and I would get my cash and I would disappear. Yeah, I wouldn't even, what are you gonna do with someone else's bad mojo? I wouldn't even want it. It would all be brokered through the lawyers. Run me my money. Okay. Just run me my money. And that would be it. Sell it. The price of real estate in Los Angeles, baby, someone rich is going to come get that land, mow the ugly house down. Even if it's a nice house, whoever is buying it is going to be like, tear it down. Because these rich people, it's the battle of the rich and the richer. And that's whatever they're going to pay is nothing for a view and to be in the location that they want to be in. And they'll tear the shit down and they're going to build something more fabulous from the ground up. So it's not even a question. There's somebody in LA with the money to buy that place right now. So, anywho, this was fun, guys. I'm glad we got a chance to get caught up. Look at us. Look at us. Okay, I'm going to find out, see if I can track down that once and for all, and we can get a final decision on the police report of Miss Carolyn Miller and her foolishness. Anyway, guys, let me know if there's something else we need to be talking about. He has to sell it and give her the proceeds. I wouldn't even want him to sell it at this point. I want to take the property. Take the property and let her sell it. Let him have to get the fuck out and just sign over the property. I wouldn't want him to sell it. We're coming with the sheriff and we're putting up a gate, and you know you cannot get back in. You have 24 hours to vacate. That's it. And they get Mauricio over there. Get the firm. What do they call it? Mauricio's. You know who I'm talking about. Mauricio. Kyle's ex-husband. Get Mauricio over there and sell that thing, okay? See, I don't know. I'm sure he'd probably have to sell it for fair market. Can't do all that. He has financial they're going to put I'm sure they already have a lien on it, so he probably so let's just look at it this way. If he has a lien on the property, which I'm sure they put a lien on it. Didn't they say they put a lien on it? Whatever he sells it for, they're going to take all the proceeds. So no matter what he sells it for, the lien will revert to the settlement. So that's number one. If he sold it for $1, that would be bad. I don't know. I would hope, at a certain point, can you stop playing around? You know what I mean? Like, just stop playing around. I would hope he wouldn't sell it. That would be dirty, but I don't know if someone could sell it for $1. Anyway, that would be dirty. Oh, okay. Bye, Mehendra. Let me take these out my studio. You guys, this was fun. I hope you enjoyed the agency. Girl, I was like the firm, baby. I didn't know. Just give me the money. Just give me my money. And if you can't give me my money, you can't part with your house. Sign it over and I'll handle it. You know what I mean? Like, just run me my money. Let me check and see if there was any other Diddy filings since we've been here a minute. They were having a conference earlier today. Anything new? What's today? Today's the 9th. Nothing. No filings yet. Interesting. Okay. Guys, I'm going to let you guys go. This was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll find the police report and see what else we can surmise from this foolishness. Okay. You guys have a wonderful day. If there's something else I need to be talking about, and guys, let me show you this real quick because maybe you guys don't know. Let me show you. Let me share my screen. Because some of you guys have messaged me like, Fran, I don't know your info. Fran, how do I get your information? I want to send you something. Okay, let me show you. Okay, here we are on my main screen, right? This is for all of you guys. Okay, here we go. If you're on my main, you come to my channel, right? And I'm about page. It doesn't have an about page anymore. Remember, it used to have about page. Subscribe and set notifications to all. You see that? Click on more. Hold on. Click on more. When you click on more, look what comes up. Cash App, RealTalk Bougie media information. So my bio site page, my Facebook, my Instagram, my link tree, my merch, and my website. You can click on here for my email address, info@RealTalk Bougie, and it links. So you can click on it, goes right. You see what I'm saying? Everything. You see that? 21,000.6K subscribers, 1,699 videos, and over 7 million views. Okay. These reaction videos, commentary, or entertainment purposes only, and should be treated as such. The news stories and criminal cases and allegations in this video were made by the individual or individuals referenced in the video. I'm discussing. Anyone accused of a crime is considered innocent until proven guilty. This commentary is based on my opinions. Allegations in the video reference media use falls under fair use, FOIA, and agreements under the YouTube community guidelines. Okay. But that's where you find my information. It's right there. I feel like they kind of, I don't want to say YouTube hid the about page, but they made the about page like different. So I think it confuses a lot of people where to find it, but it's right there. Just click on and more right here where it says more. And then also these are like quick links right here. So if you click on the quick links right there, it takes you to everything. Okay. So anytime you're wondering like how to get a hold of me, you have all my information right there. Okay. Hopefully that helps. Oh, thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. I'll be here. I may come back tonight if I got something to talk about. We'll see. We'll see if there's something to talk about. Or if you guys have something specific you want me to talk about, then you let me know and then I'll come back and we'll talk about it. Also, if you are keeping up with Handmaid's Tale, this is what I am going to tell you. You need to watch episode 7 because it was good. Now, I went to Hulu and all I saw coming up was episode 8. And I got nervous because I was like, this cannot be the last episode. It can't be, right? Well, I guess the season goes to episode 10. We got 3 more episodes, guys. The season is going so fast. The episodes are so good. And I know we've been talking about meeting up to talk about it. And I promise we will. Obviously, we're not doing it week by week, but episode 7, I'm going to be honest with you. If you like Handmaid's Tale, you guys tell me. You get to this part of the video. Comment in the comment section though. Yeah, it's perfect time to catch up. Comment. Episode 7 was so damn good. Episode 7 was the episode I've been waiting for all season. Episode 7 took me back to like the end of season 1 into season 2. If you really got into Handmaid's Tale season 1, season 2, season 3 was kind of but and I'm talking about season 1. Last episode was so damn good. Season 2 was so good. Season 6, episode 7, baby. See, the reason why you're behind 3 episodes, Mimi, is because it wasn't that good. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like, oh shit, that was so good. Episode 7 was amazing. Episode 7 brings you right back to the beginning when the show was good. It's good. Remember when they had the explosion at the center when the handmaids all went and they had the big explosion and all the handmaids passed away? It's giving that. Ooh, it was good. I'm so hyped for episode 8. I cannot wait till next week. Frank can talk about paint drying on the walls and we would listen. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I love you guys. Yeah, get into it. Those are like bridge episodes. It's just laying the foundation for what's getting ready to happen. Just go ahead and power through it. When you get to episode 7, you're going to be like, oh yeah, Fran, you were right. Episode 7 that's it. It was good. 1, 2, and 3 were good. It was like, yes, my show is back, but it wasn't super motivating. Episode 4, 5, and 6, they're okay. Episode 7 brought me back to season 1, season 2. Okay. Don't spoiler alert it. Let's give everyone a chance to get caught up. Girl, I cannot wait for episode 8. Is going to be so good. It's like the old crazy June is back. It's like if you used to watch, remember, if you guys watched Homeland, remember when Carrie would go off her meds. Carrie would go off her meds, and baby, she was doing her best undercover CIA work. But she would black out because she was unmedicated. She had severe bipolar, and sis needed her medication, right? But when she would go off her medication, she was doing all kinds of weird stuff. But those Homeland episodes would be so good, right? The old June is back, okay? If there's such a thing. Old June is back, okay? Could you please? You better. You better. It was good. Homeland was boo. Homeland, Westworld. I loved Westworld. Okay. Westworld still has me mad. When I saw Tessa Thomas at the Met Gala, I'm still mad at Tessa Thomas. Okay. I loved Westworld. Westworld was so good. Yes, when she was off her meds, it was bad. She'd black out and be in some sort of a encampment somewhere, hostage situation. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna let y'all go. You guys are wonderful. I love you guys. You guys have a good afternoon. Like I said, if there's something you want me to talk about, let me know. The last season stunk. It was bad. Um, they didn't know you know what? This is so Westworld clearly was created by some very smart people, right? But even smart people can do stupid things. And I think they got this is okay. I think that the creator, the husband and wife team that were the showrun, they were showrunners, right? So they were basically doing the scripts with the writers and creating all of the content and the storyline, right? I think that the creators on Westworld were so mad because it did have a very tight, big internet following. They were mad that people were predicting the story. They were mad that people were figuring out the story. I think they thought that they were so smart that people were not smart enough, like, because they're so intellectual, because it was kind of a very smart type. It was a smart show, right? I think they felt like it was just too much internet influence. And I feel like they tried to outsmart their audience, and they got away from, they just tried to do too much. And then it didn't make sense anymore. There were things that they did that were really innovative and so smart. And the story was so good, but I felt like they tried to take it up a notch instead of like just being the story that it was. And I don't know, they were just so, they got very pompous, when they would do interviews and stuff. I think they felt like, oh, I think people think they figured it out, but they haven't, and did it, you know what I mean? Like they wanted to be so mysterious about the damn show, and they ended up killing the show. It was terrible, but it was such a good, I loved it. I never watched Boardwalk Empire, but I heard it was really, really, really good. I never got in, you know what I mean? I was into too much. I had Game of Thrones, Westworld, I don't even know. Some of my other series is, I've told you guys about Rome. I've told you guys about The Shield. I've told you guys about The Tudors. Those are like some of my all-time favorites. So yeah, I heard Boardwalk was really, really good, but I never got into it. Last season sucked. Another show that the last season absolutely sucked was Dexter. They killed it. I don't know if they tried to rush it or, because he had gotten sick. Didn't he have lymphoma? Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. That's what happened to one of the guys. I think in Rome. Was it the guy in Rome too? The guy who died from Love Chalky White on Empire, Damages, SOA, Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad was really good too. Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. Okay, you guys. I love you guys. I'll see you guys a little bit later. I'm going to try to enjoy like the next hour before I have to go pick up Boo Boo. Because normally when I get off of here, I'm running out the door, but I actually have like a little bit of time. So I'm going to take a little me time, as all of you should, all of you mothers to be, all of you who are going to go and take care of your mother or do something sweet for your mom, grandma, auntie, your mother figure, your good friends who deserve get a minute for yourself. Okay, get a minute for yourself. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, all right, you guys, hit the like button for me. I appreciate you guys so much. Happy Mother's Day if I don't see you before the weekend is over, but make sure to dip over. There's definitely, I'm sure there'll be something here you have not seen, so make sure to stop by. I love you guys. Enjoy the season, the weekend, all of the things, and I'll be back. Just if there's some TT to talk about, we will. Okay, guys, I'll see you later. Take care.